And we are live. Welcome to another session of Building the Bull. This session is brought to you by the Skylabs and Vetter Ecosystem. I'm going to jump right into just a couple wins that we've been having this week. The topic of today's conversation is consistency wins keep showing up, and we actually had the awesome opportunity to talk to Luis during our pre-show. Which, by the way, if you don't know, we host a pre-show before these live sessions, and so 30 minutes before we go live here on YouTube, we're actually live in Discord. And you can just hop on and chat it up with us, talk about anything crypto, anything life related. Just an opportunity for everyone to get to know each other. But during the pre-show, Luis and I were chatting it up, and she shared some stuff that really supported me. And one of the things I wanted to talk about today. But before we get into that, I want to give a shout out. We're talking about consistency. Consistency wins and how to keep showing up. And whether projects have a base hit, whether projects have a base hit, or whether projects have a home run, or whether projects have a grand slam, guess what? You have absolutely zero control over how any of that happens. You have no control over how any of that happens. All the control you have is your process of scouting these projects. What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you want to see about the team? What is it that you want to see about the audit? What is it that you want to see about the community, about the marketing plan, about the influencers, about what is your edge in the marketplace? That's the only control that you have. I say it all the time. Some projects that look like they have everything checked and on paper, it's an absolute winner, absolute grand slam. Guess what? It may not go like you planned at launch time. And then there's projects that look like it's missing everything. It's missing everything, and yet it's the next 5x, 10x, 20x. And you're thinking, oh my goodness. It's all part of you realizing you have zero control over that. Zero control. No control. The only control you have is in that process of scouting and finding those projects. That's where you do your due diligence. That's where you stick to your plan. That's where you show up and you do your work, and consistently over time, that's how you win. Consistency wins. So the way this compensation plan works with paying out scouts hot streak rewards and how they rank up with their veteran ranks, if you don't have a plan in place, I said this last week, it's like being a ping pong ball in a wind tunnel. You're all over the place. You're going to get all over the place results. You're not going to figure out what's working and not what's working. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be irritated that you're not finding patterns. Well, if you're moving around all over the place, you're scouting different projects, you have different criteria, you keep moving the goalposts, you keep bouncing around from left to right and up and down, it's hard to gauge what's going on. I often say base hits are winners. Here's a prime example of that. This is a project posted by Ionic, and this is Lunatics, launched just a couple days ago, and had an all-time high of, let's take a look real quick, I think it's like 40-something%, like just under 50%, so 47% in that 24-hour period, so all-time high of 1.4x, val of a 15%, that's a base hit. That's not life-changing, that's not life-changing, but guess what? It gets you on the board. You're profitable. It's a profitable project. That's always a win. In this space of smoke and mirrors and shady behavior and people who are out to get you and want to take your money, a project that's profitable is a win. Next thing, we got Hallis. This is posted by Louise, and this had a 1.5x for the all-time high in the first 24 hours, and a 20%, 19% for the val. Again, this is a base hit. Base hits. Guess what? Consistently showing up gets you wins. And guess what? Stacking base hits increases your rank. And guess what? Base hits pay out hot streaks. It doesn't matter if it's a 5x, a 10x, or a 20% gain. You still get hot streaks. And Louise actually got her first 2 hot streaks this last payout, and it was phenomenal. It's pretty juicy. It's pretty juicy gains from the hot streak bonuses. All right? So don't be discouraged about base hits. Base hits are fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. Why? because these little gains, you can stack up these little gains. It was profitable, your rate goes up, you earn more Vetter, but it puts you in position so when you do have a project that absolutely dominates, it's part of those base hits. Okay, it's part of those base hits. So what happens when your bases are loaded? What happens when your bases are loaded and then you hit a home run? That's called a grand slam, my friends. A grand slam. And when you got a grand slam, it means you're earning thousands of dollars worth of Vetter. Okay? Hundreds of dollars worth of B&B for the hot streak bonuses. Okay, we've paid out 49.2 B&B in hot streak bonuses. That is a significant amount of money. Significant amount of money paid out to our scouts and our community for simply contributing to the platform. This is a project called GPT AI, posted by Hellstrom. Has a val of a 6x with a 24-hour all-time high of a 7x. That's pretty juicy. That's pretty juicy. You know, that added to some base hits makes it a winner. Next up, we have Sheik Inu. And this was we got a val of 57 and a all-time high of a 80%. So this is 1.5x. Again, nothing life-changing. Nothing life-changing at all. Okay. This is, I don't even know how to say this, Capiara. Capiara. I always thought that word was spelled differently. but this is another one from Dante's Amundo. Okay, all-time high of a 3.5x, and then we had a val of a 2.8x. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And, Dante's Amundo continues to do what he does, which is lead from the pack, lead from the front. And he has currently profitable projects. I think it's close to 13, 14 profitable projects in a row. So here's someone who's definitely found their process, they found their style, they found their strategy, and they are rocking and rolling. So if you're watching with us on YouTube Live, go ahead and drop a hi, hello, let everybody know where you're watching from. We got Abdul. If I could just call you Abdul, brother, because I don't know how to pronounce the last part. But if you want to hop in a voice chat on the after party and teach me how to say your full name, man, I would absolutely love that because I want to make sure I get people's names right. So Abdul is with us. Welcome, brother. We got Carl in the house. We got Joseph. Joseph, where have you been, my friend? It's been a long time. XR Priest is in the house. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, you may be wondering, who is this guy? What is he talking about? Why is he talking about these projects? Well, it's real simple. Our project is the Vetter platform, Vetter ecosystem, and we utilize something called crowdsourcing. That's where we work together as a community to find projects that have potential. At the same time, we bring up concerns and red flags about projects that maybe look a little questionable. We do that as a community. It's something called crowdsourcing. We work together as a community. No matter whether you are brand spanking new in the crypto space or you're a veteran, you can join in the conversation. And when you add projects to our calendar, they are profitable, you actually get paid extremely well. Like I said, we've paid out over 49.2 BNB to our scouts. Literally thousands of dollars have paid out. I mean, last year there were 16,000 crypto projects they launched. Okay, and how would you like to get paid in our native token Vetter, in addition, BNB, whenever you post profitable crypto projects? That's what this is about. That's what these sessions are about. It's designed to support you in not only navigating the CrowdX calendar, but how to find great projects and add them to the calendar, but also how to get paid. And we've been doing this for the last year. Over the last year, we've recorded over 120 plus live sessions just like this, like I said, where we support the community and navigate in the CrowdX calendar, finding 2x 100x crypto gems, and we've paid out thousands of dollars of crypto in the process. We host 2 sessions like this every single week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we also have something called the pre-show, where over in Discord, we hop on live stage there in Discord, and we chat it up before these sessions, and then we have an after party. We'll be hanging out after the call and talk about crypto as well. So if you're not part of our Discord, definitely want to check out the link in the description and hop on over in Discord and join in on the conversation. Joseph said he's been busy with work and also doing more CEX than DEX in the last few months. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Always good to see you around, my friend. So one of the things I want to talk about today, and this actually, I had a direction I was headed, and one of the benefits of crowdsourcing is the benefit of not doing something alone or by yourself. And so there was a topic that I wanted to talk about, and this idea, and I've talked about it before, and it's this concept of, I work with a coach. I do the sport of triathlon. I've had my coach for the last year. I'm not a year, last 11 years, and oftentimes, I'm very optimistic with my workouts, with my sessions. I just have an optimistic nature. When I show up to a session, when I show up to a race, I expect to win. I expect to dominate, and sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. And I actually say more often than not, I don't. More often than not, I don't win. But it doesn't change that that's what I expect out of myself. I want to show up and deliver. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. If you can relate to that, drop it in the chat. When you do something, you want to show up, you want to put out, you want to be the best. That's my makeup, and I have this unhealthy. I don't know if it's unhealthy, but there's definitely this optimistic nature about me. And so oftentimes I would be discouraged. About a session that my coach gave me a session to do. There were certain times that he wanted me to hit, and if I didn't hit it, I would be discouraged. I'd kind of be down on myself. I'd be hard on myself, and my coach would simply say, "Did you do the work? Did you show up and do the work?" And I'd say yes. He said, "Well, that's all that matters. All that matters is that you showed up and you did the work. And that you showed up again the next day and you did the work. And you showed up again the next day and you did the work. And you show up again the next day and you did the work. And you show up again the next day and you did the work." Because it doesn't matter where you are today. He's not concerned about where my fitness is today. But day after day, week after week, month after month, come race day, that's when it matters. That's when it matters. It's about all of those sessions combined. It's about breaking the body down. It's about growing. It's about getting better, getting stronger, building that confidence, building those muscles. So when race day comes, I'm ready to go and we have a great race. When a race happens, my coach always tells me, enjoy your fitness. And at first I thought that was really weird. I didn't know what that meant. And over the years I realized it's a completely different feeling. When you've shown up consistently day in, day out, you put in the work, you put in the blood, sweat, and tears, you sacrificed, you made a commitment, you showed up. And when race day comes, you know without a shadow of a doubt you did everything you possibly could, and you're at total peace and relaxation when the race starts because you did the work. Nothing else could be different. There's a nice calm and ease to the day. And it's such an epic experience. It feels so good starting a race knowing that you already have done your best and whatever happens, happens. Totally free from the result. And on those days, it's phenomenal. It's like transcendence. It's like, where did that come from? Well, that was all the work. It was all the work leading up to that. So as a scout, don't be discouraged if a project doesn't do good in the first 24 hours. Why? Because there's still an opportunity for the 7-day, 30-day, and overall. Don't be discouraged if a project doesn't do good, if a project tanks. Why? You have no control over that. You just have a control over the metrics and the checklist and the things that you're looking for. That's all you can control. Realize that's your process. And it doesn't matter if the project did well or not. If it checked your boxes, great. That's what's important, because if you do that over time, consistently, over time, you'll have more winners than losers. Your rank will go up, and when you start stacking base hits out of nowhere, you're going to hit a home run. So often people look for home runs in this space without realizing Base hits are the bread and butter. Base hits can absolutely change your life. Home runs happen every now and again, but imagine a home run when the bases are loaded. That's when things get juicy. That's when things get spicy. That's why we've paid out over close to 50 BNB to our scouts and hot streak rewards. They understand. They understand that it's about the consistency day in, day out, showing up and contributing. Now, how does that relate to if you're not a scout in this ecosystem? I recently had an experience. When I say recent, I mean like today. Today, this last week, where my coach gave me some new workouts. And it looked really intimidating. I mean, I laughed. I looked at the workout, I laughed, and I said, man, first of all, thank you. I truly am grateful that you seem to believe more in me than I currently believe in myself. The workouts were intimidating, they were scary. I couldn't imagine doing it. It just seemed so impossible. Now, just to give you some background information, back in 2021, I came off the best shape of my life, multiple PRs that year, and then I got COVID in December. That led to inconsistency, that led to a lot of time off, that led to 8-week Ironman prep, that led to summertime was rocking and rolling, leading to Skylab, stopped training, that led to trying to build back up. So it's been this roller coaster for the last year and a half, and it's been really challenging. And for the first time ever working with my coach, I felt like my coach believed more in me than I did my own abilities. Now keep in mind, I'm the guy who has that optimistic nature and believes that if I show up to a race, I'm in contention to win it. I'm in contention to have a PR. I'm in contention to dominate. That's my general makeup. But here I am in a season of life where I'm unsure. I don't know. I'm second guessing myself. I feel like these are the hardest workouts my coach has ever given me, and I felt like it was in the worst shape I've ever been in. Given the workload. It felt so discouraging and just like frustrating. And I just was like, I was trying to ask for compromises. I was trying to ask for, hey, can we change it up just a little bit? I don't have the confidence. He wanted me to run speeds that I haven't ran in like a year and a half. And I'm just thinking, like, where's that going to come from? I'm not a magician. It's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Like, where is this going to come from? Not only this, it wasn't even a track session. So I'm a kind of a bigger guy. I'm like 5'10", and I weigh around 180, which is kind of a big guy as it relates to the sport of triathlon. And so, when I run on the track, it's a lot less impact on my body. But this was a session that he wanted me to do on a road. Well, that's kind of hard. Like, it's hard to get up those speeds on the road. The impact is rough. And I'm worried about the session. I'm total disbelief of what, I don't know why he's doing this. And I did the session today, and throughout the week I started thinking, well, maybe I could do this. Maybe it's possible. I did the session, and it actually went much better than I thought. It was much better than I thought. And as I was talking to Luis, I just had this realization that my coach, he coaches me, he creates the plan, he knows where we're going. Okay, so the destination is the race that's coming up in May. Okay, he knows what I get to do. He knows what sessions I get to do in order for me to be ready for that race. He is driving the bus. And I'm merely a passenger on the bus who is committed to showing up every day and doing the work that it takes so when race day comes, we can have a good outcome. I get to trust that he's driving the bus in the direction that we want to go. The direction is to the race. That's where we're headed. Okay? And the thing is, I understand that my optimism has shifted for whatever reason. My confidence has been lower for whatever reason. At the end of the day, who better to know where we're headed than the person driving the bus. Now, I can choose to believe, I can choose to have confidence in where he's headed, where we're going. We talked about where we're going. I talked about what my goals were for the year. We mapped out a plan, and this is it. Okay? I can choose to believe, or I can choose to not. Okay? It's real simple. It's real simple. But then all of a sudden, as Louise and I were talking, she says, Ryan, isn't that a great parallel for where we are in this ecosystem? I said, Louise, you're absolutely right. 100%. 100%. Yes, there have been changes in our ecosystem. You may or may not like that, and that's okay. Nothing's wrong with that. You may or may not agree with some of the changes. That's okay too. What has remained the same is it was expressed that this is what the plan is moving forward. You can go back to Telegram. You can listen to the AMAs. You can go to the Skylabs Telegram group and listen to the last AMAs, the last times where the community was addressed there in Telegram. You can hear that. You can hear what the plan was. You can hear that the plan was laid out. This is what's going to happen. And if you're paying attention, every 60 days or so, there's an update from the team. Now, those of you who are not paying attention, you would just simply say, oh, there's no communication, there's no updates. But for those of you who actually have a brain between your ears and you're paying attention, you can realize that there's an update every 60 days or so. And in which each update, it is clearly expressed that the next update will come whenever there's something to report on. And it's clearly expressed that progression and production is still on track. And so let's use this analogy. Okay, there's a group of people driving the bus. You are a participant on said bus. And we're headed towards what we said we're going to create, which is a launch pad. Okay, one launch pad has already been created. The other one is still in development. And at any moment, you can say, you know what? I don't want to be on this bus anymore. And you can get off the bus. It's okay. It creates a seat for someone else to get on the bus. It's all good. No problem whatsoever. You can also sit there on the bus and just sit quietly and wait until we make it to the destination. Or you can contribute to the different things to do while we're on this journey together. All the options are there for you. Okay? Now, you do have the opportunity to heckle from the back seat. You can. You can heckle at the bus driver. You can heckle and gripe at other people riding the bus. But let's be honest. It's not going to change a thing for you. It might make you feel better. It might make you feel a little self-righteous. It might make you think, you know what, I'm right and they're wrong. Okay. And it might actually get you muted or banned. Okay? There's a productive way to contribute to the conversation. Okay? We've asked over and over again for any issues, any questions, things to be brought up in a solution-oriented mode. Okay? That's all that we've ever asked. Okay? But again, hey, you want to be on this bus? You can do whatever you want, but there are rules to be on the bus. There are rules to be on the bus. But just recognize that some people are choosing to sit on the bus quietly and patiently. They're watching to see the progress. They look out the window and they see that we're actually moving along. We're making progress. They can see that there's updates happening to the DApp. They can see there's updates happening to staking. You can see that these updates are happening and getting updates from the team. Like I said, every 60 days or so. Just look back. Look back at the announcement channel and recognize that that's the pattern. Again, it may take a little bit of work for you to do that. Okay? It may take a little bit of work. It may take a little responsibility for you to own, hey, let me just do some research real quick. But you can look back and see that that's what's happened. Okay? And the thing is, like I said, you can get off the bus anytime you want. No one's keeping you captive. It's totally up to you. But the beautiful thing is, just like my coach knows where we're headed because he's the one creating the plans, he's driving the bus. And I get the benefit of that. Same thing with this ecosystem. People are driving the bus, we're headed to the destination. Every update reestablishes, reconfirms where we're headed. And that's where we're headed. Nothing has changed since that. Okay? So if you ever find yourself wondering where in the world are we, I just invite you to go to the announcement channel and you can see real quickly what the latest announcement was. So let's take a look at that real quick. Let's go ahead and pull up the announcement channel. This was from January 31st. Okay? Voting contract. Voting contract is ready now for Skylab's VIP launches. vCell first launch was successful. Devs can use the sandbox to try out the launchpad. They have control of their launches. Skylab's launches will be more controlled, voted on by stakers. There will be 3 rounds of allocations for stakers for each Skylab launches. Initial round, second round, third round. Okay? Skylab Launchpad is done now. It's in the testing phase and will be ready to go when the first project is voted on, approved, and ready to launch. All allocations will be explained more in detail, again, so stakers will understand the options and have time to make their decisions. Stakers, huge benefit for being locked in now. You have positioned yourself for the stuff. V3, that's coming out as well. Affiliate market will be offered, okay, with the Launchpad. Also, update, Mike and Jeremy doing live Twitter spaces to bring awareness to the ecosystem. Marketing will begin reaching out to all who want to collaborate with Vetter. Also reach out to contacts previously made, letting them know Vetter is still here and has been building out utilities through the bear market. Okay? In this session, in every session, and you've heard me say this over and over and over and over and over again, I've always said the focus has always been to develop great tech. To develop great tech. Okay, if you want to hop on a platform that launches projects left and right, and you have no clue who's behind it, there's a site called PinkCell. Someone wants to compare what we're doing to, seriously. PinkCell is smoke and mirrors, but again, if you want that activity, by all means, go forward, jump on there. We're building something. We're building tech that lasts, tech that works. All right? That's what we're doing here in the space. Okay? Now, when someone comes in through our Discord and says, hey, I've been gone for a long time, what's up? Well, I just kindly invite you to go check out the announcement channel. Just scroll through it. You can see what's happening. You can see what's happening in the space. Okay? Every time there's been an update, again, it's all been around, we're developing tech that works. Now, some of you have the vision to participate in the pre-show and after party. Okay? If you just now tune in on YouTube, welcome. We do something called a pre-show where we do a live stage in Discord. You can join in the conversation, chat it up with us 30 minutes before these live sessions. And also, immediately following the live session, we do an after party where we chat it up there as well. Guess what? Those who plug in get information. It's real simple. Last week, Bushman was talking about some of the updates with Skylabs. Now, someone can whine and moan and complain and say, oh, there's no updates. We don't know what's going on. It's the same thing we've always been doing. The same thing. Okay, and you can find the updates there. It may not be on the time frame that you want. It may be not delivered the way that you want. But the fact remains, never have we stopped developing. Never have we stopped not showing up. And I simply have to ask this, and this may be too real for some of y'all, it may get you kind of angry. But I got to ask this question. There are some people in this community who've shown up every single day, day after day, day after day, day after day, including holidays, including birthdays. They show up, they've continued to show up, and they will continue to show up. What about you? Oh, am I getting too real? Am I ruffling feathers? I hope so. This whole ecosystem is built on crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing is people working together. But yet, I see people griping and moaning because they didn't receive an update the way they expected to get an update. And instead of looking back to see when the last update was, they want to just gripe and moan and make up stuff. Listen, y'all. I'll say it again. The very vision has always been to build tech that works, and the tech speaks for itself. That has never stopped happening. Never has that stopped. It continues to go on. Okay? It continues to go on. Now, I understand that, I'm able to, see things from a different perspective than maybe you are. Okay? But just take heart in knowing I've shown up every single week for the last year to host these sessions like this. Why? That's my contribution to the community. I know that people have shown up every week to watch these sessions. I know that people continue to show up adding projects to the calendar. I just kindly ask, please don't throw mud if you're in a position of literally sitting on the bus getting a free ride. There's no reason to heckle. There's no reason to shout out. There's no reason to do those things. I just kindly ask that let's work together to continue to move the ball down the field. Okay, if that makes sense, go ahead and give me a thumbs up in the chat if everything I'm saying is making sense. Laura says, glad you're doing an update. It's been quiet with the email. Used to get emails often, but don't recall getting it. Why is that? Laura, what I would imagine with the email, well, I don't know this exactly. Laura. What I would imagine with the email is simply we're moving away from centralization in a means of separating ourselves from other projects. We're moving away from centralization. And that is in direct alignment with the team being not on the forefront like they were with the Vetter launch. Okay, so sending those emails out, sending those things out like that, that is not in the community's best interest. Okay, and so again, that's my perspective. That may not be the official answer. So just please take that, make a note of that. That's Ryan's opinion. Okay, that's Ryan's opinion of the emails. But that's my first answer. Is it like that just goes to centralization and not DeFi, and so that's my perspective on that topic. Okay. Jaffrick says, let's go, better team. Luis has a thumb up. Jaffrick says, the OGs know, been buying dips here and there. This bear market is a lifetime opportunity. Absolutely. I mean, people, the other thing that you get to appreciate when you look at a chart, also, the other thing you get to appreciate with the market is, every time someone gets off the bus for either project, whether it's Vetter, whether it's VSL, when someone gets off the bus, I mean, it's a really good analogy to think about. We're all seated on a bus, and when someone gets off the bus, that creates another seat, another opportunity for someone else. And so, there's some people who literally are here for Vetter for the whole purpose of trading the token and not utilizing the platform. There are some people here for VSL for the whole purpose of trading the token and not actually utilizing the platform. They are playing a different game than you. And it's okay if they leave. It's okay. It's okay that they leave. It doesn't hurt anybody. Just like the session earlier this week, it doesn't matter if price does up and down, up and down, up and down, if we know where we're going. As we're building out tech, as we're developing, that's all that matters. Massive opportunity here. You just get to have the right mindset. Now, don't get me wrong. This is the crypto space. This is the startup environment, and there's things that don't go as planned, and things that quite possibly are frustrating and irritating. Of course. But as long as we recognize we're all in this together, is how we win. Okay. The moment I feel that we start creating different tribes within the community is the moment that we're splintered. But I believe that if we recognize this is all one team and we all work together as one team in one community, man, there's nothing that could stop us. There's been so many tribes that have come and gone within this community since inception. And this is not to debate or any justifications or what should or shouldn't have happened and who is right, who is wrong. None of that. Simply the fact is, I believe that when these tribes form, we lose sight of the overall team, the overall community. And all of a sudden, the tribe's ambitions, the tribe's goals are bigger than that of the actual community. Why not just be one tribe with one vision of making and developing tech that works in a community that bends over backwards and bleeds for each other and supports each other and works together collectively. Like that right there is an asset that is invaluable in this space. Absolutely invaluable in this space. So with that, when we have people that hop off the bus, wave by, say, hey, it was nice knowing you, it was nice talking to you. Feel free to come back, get on the bus if you'd like, but hey, this is where we're headed. Perhaps we're not moving as quick as they'd like. They got to get off the bus. They got to go somewhere else. But there's people in this space that literally trade our token simply because They're trading news. They're not trading the vision. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But just recognize that that's a game that some people are playing. Okay, so don't be discouraged about price fluctuations. Like I said, that's like being a ping pong ball in a wind tunnel. Price is going to do what price is going to do. We have zero control over it. Now, the one thing we do have control over is our community, is our ecosystem, is crowdsourcing, is working together, is talking about projects, is talking about ideas, it's hopping in on these live sessions and sharing. It's hopping in the pre-show and chatting it up. It's hopping in the after party and chatting it up, and everybody working together and talking together. That's one of the things that can make our community strong and different than other communities. So with that was a long-winded sermon. I'm going to go ahead and step off my soapbox now. But if that was helpful, if you got something out of that, if there was value you feel was shared or dropped, feel free to drop a comment in the chat. Let me know that that makes sense, and there was good stuff there. So with that, let's go and take a look at the project. Luis had brought up a project in the pre-show, and I actually do not remember what the name of the project was, Luis. If you want to refresh my memory in chat or on voice, please feel free to do so. I thought I wrote it down. I clearly did not.
It's called Inverse.
Inverse. Is that with the I or E?
I.
Okay.
And there's another.
Inverse meta. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. We're going to take a look at this project today. And this project came up during, Luis and I were talking about. Luis asked me if there were any juicy projects I was looking at, and I didn't have it on my list, but there was a project that came across her desk that she thought looked unique and different, and so we're going to take a look at that. Now, I will say that this is a process to sort for the best projects together as a community, and this session is merely a step in that process. Crypto is risky. In no way, shape, or form am I telling you to invest. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. I'm going to share my thought process while looking into the project. And sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. It's all 100% subjective. And the purpose of this is simply to support you and what to look for as you're scouting your own projects. So, Luis may see things one way. I may see it a different way. Laura may see it a different way. Joseph may see it a different way. And that's all valuable. None of us are right and none of us are wrong. We're simply sharing our perspectives on this with the hope and intent that we all learn something and get better through the process. So let me just go ahead and close some tabs here and open up the website. Inverse meta. So we got a nice little welcome graphic here. While we're here, let's just go ahead and check out who is. Whoops. Don't know what happened there. There we go. All right. So this was domain was created on March 5th. So almost 20 days ago. All right. So relatively new. Okay, right at the top we have About, Tokenomics, Roadmap, How to Buy, White Paper. We got Telegram and Twitter. Inverse Meta is a unique and innovative financial coin that combines the power of metaverse AI viral potential. Audit is by Block Seifu. You can buy it on Pancake. About Inverse Meta is a coin with huge potential. Inverse Meta is a unique and innovative financial coin that combines the power of metaverse, AI potential, and crypto community strength as a financial coin. Decentralized platform supported by Our decentralized platform, supported by a unique token economics model, allows our community to engage in a self-sustaining ecosystem that promotes long-term growth and adoption. 0% fees, audited by BlockSafe. BlockSafe, I'm trying to think. That one sounds familiar. Block Seifu. When did Block Seifu pop up on the scene? Let's take a look. Okay, so it popped up in January of last year. So they've been around for a year. Okay, team is active. Team is constant behind the project. Push the price up. Okay. Funds are safe. Initial liquidity provided will be locked by pink cell. Tokens burned. Okay, so this kind of gives me that feel and vibe of so the feel and vibe of, are these partners or are these just services that use, the stuff? So for example, how are they partners with Dex Tools? They advertise on Dex Tools. They advertise on KuCoin. I mean, obviously it's it's Binance, but is Binance really a partner? So that's one of the things that I look for is, are they trying to create social proof when there's not really social proof here? Is one of the things that pops up to me. All right, so we have our roadmap here, and we have phases but no dates. Okay, and I can't tell where we are in the phase because everything has a check mark. So either they are 100% complete with their 4 phases, or they're, I don't know, because we don't know. I mean, if it had like circles and then a check mark, we could tell the difference between where they are in the roadmap. But right now, we can't tell anything of where they're at in the roadmap. All right, how to buy. Download and set up MetaMask on Trust. Buy and send BNB to MetaMask. Head to PancakeSwap and swap for in Meta. View in Meta and HODL. So they're saying a handful of times that they're saying a handful of times that you can buy it. So I wonder if this is launched yet. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. About. All right, that's not much about. Okay, so we don't see any team information yet. So we got an anonymous team. We do have a contract right here. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the white paper. All right, so they do have a Git book. Now that's interesting. That graphic there. There's been. Okay, so we do have a purple theme here. But that graphic, it looks kind of like a video game or something like that. It's just a little different than. Aside from the purple, it's just a little bit different than what the other website looks like. So they just have that banner everywhere. Okay, so they just made a banner. They just made a banner to have these, these topics on. So that's not necessarily part of their design, or their graphics or anything like that. Because I mean, this is their logo. This is just a pretty picture they put together. All right, so we have no team information. Let's see what we got on Twitter. 18 followers. All right. I mean, I appreciate that. I would rather see a low Twitter count than a high botted Twitter count. Okay, so just a few tweets. I mean, the website was created 20 days ago, so first tweet was back on March 12th. So, still pretty new. But yeah, I would rather see hardly any. I would rather see low numbers that are real than big numbers that are fake. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Telegram. All right, so 159 members with 3 online. Let's join the group. Okay, so there's no CAPTCHA or anything like that. Okay, now this is the logo that was part of their white paper, and so this looks a little bit better with the way it's designed here. Um, I still don't know, where how this logo fits into the website, or not logo, but this graphic fits into the website. And, it may not matter. Like right here, we have just like a black with this swirly loop de loop. All right, so I may have missed it. Let me go over it back here. All right, so what is inverse meta? As technology has revolutionized the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry by integrating artificial intelligence and metaverse. With Inverse Meta, we aim to provide users with a more efficient and intelligent platform to manage their crypto assets and investments. In our project, we understand the importance of security and decentralization in the cryptocurrency world. Our team of experts has years of experience in blockchain technology, and we are determined to provide the best possible experience for our users. Whether you are a seasoned investor or beginner, our platform is designed to meet your needs and help you succeed in the crypto space. Join us in our mission to bring the future of finance to the present. With Inverse Meta, we're creating a more innovative, efficient, and secure future of cryptocurrency investing. So I'm kind of unsure of what it is that they do. So let's keep reading. Decentralization. Inverse Meta is a fully decentralized platform, which means that investors have complete control of their assets and are not subject to the risks associated with centralized exchanges. Increased security. Platform employs robust security measures to protect users' assets, including encryption, smart contract management tools, and risk analysis. Accessibility. Inverse Meta is designed to be user-friendly, making it accessible to investors of all levels of experience. Potential for growth. With the incoming popularity of crypto, the demand for intelligent investment solutions is also rising. Inverse Meta has the potential to become a leading player in the crypto market, providing investors with valuable investment opportunity. Community support. Has strong and growing community of supporters, which helps create a positive ecosystem and increase the platform's value over time. So I'm still a little unsure of what it is that they do. I mean, on the website, it did talk about how unique and innovative financial coin that combines the power of metaverse, AI potential, and crypto community strength as a financial coin. So I'm a little unsure currently of what it is that the coin actually does, or what the problem is, or what problem they're solving is. So let's go back over to Telegram. Okay, so no captcha on Telegram, so we just were able to hop in here. 159 members, so pretty small group. Let's take a look here. We have decent engagement. Oh, so on their phases, they do have. Okay. So this is what I was talking about a minute ago. So over on the website, when you look at the roadmap, everything is checked. So we can't tell where they are in the phase. Okay, but in the white paper, these things are checked. Okay, so crypto website's been constructed, social network, contract, audit, verified by BSC. Okay, looks like they're going to be doing marketing push on Twitter and Telegram, crypto ads, reach 5,000 members in Telegram. That's all phase 1. Phase 2, they're going to be doing a fair launch. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is, we're looking at all this stuff. It keeps saying buy, as if the token's ready. And I find that a little strange on why the token would be ready right now. I find that a little strange because the fair launch is supposed to happen in phase 2, but all throughout the website we see buy, and there's another buy, and here's a contract right here. Is it the same contract? Ends in a, whoops. My bad. Let me go back to that. Yeah, ends in a A35. A35. Alright, so we'll look to see if it's launched yet. I don't. That's really confusing that they would be this early, but they're already dropping their contract. So fair launch is scheduled for April 1st. Okay, so we have 4 pinned messages. First message was March 12th. I was looking at these handles. March 3rd was when Telegram was created. And then we have, let's see here. Just reading some of the comments to see what people are talking about or asking. March 14th. Okay, so let's just go to the bottom and see what's up. All right, so last message was at the top of the hour, so almost an hour ago. So there's some hi hellos. Let's see if we have any AMAs or anything like that. Oh, he's just promoting an AMA. So we don't have any AMAs or anything like that, so it's pretty early. Now I did notice on Twitter there was Linktree, so let's see what we have here. So we have website, white paper, Telegram, Twitter. Okay, all the stuff. All right. I wasn't sure if we were gonna find YouTube or anything like that. All right. So, I mean, I don't know if I can actually get it on Pancake or not, but I guess I'm confused. I don't recall seeing a project available on Pancake before it actually had launched. So that's a little weird. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but that's a first for me. Now, obviously, PooCoin's going to pull it up, even though there's no chart, where Deck Screener will not show anything. Deck Screener will not show a thing. And here's Pong Heroes. Pong Heroes is advertising. Talked about that a couple weeks back. So this project, their goal is to have 15,000 Telegram followers. So we've talked about this before, that these early projects, really good to get in and watch the growth, watch what happens, to see who's joining, what's joining, how they're joining, and everything like that, and just get a vibe and feel for is their marketing working, and are they finding people who are actually interested in hopping on board and things like that. Luis, I know I'm just scratching the scratch on this. Is there anything you want to add about this project? I know you've done a much deeper look into this project than I probably have in the last handful of minutes. But if there's anything that you want to share or fill in the gaps that I missed, feel free to hop in and share. Yeah, so the things, Luis may not be available, which is all right. The thing that kind of throws me back on this is the anonymous team with the inverse meta partners. That's kind of a textbook play from some shenanigans. Not saying that this is the case, because either we have found this project before they start pumping the numbers. Either we found this project before they start pumping the numbers, or this is just a different group. But one of the things that stands out a little bit to me is just the partner side, and the what was I gonna say? I forget. Oh, the anonymous team and the partner side. Luis, did you want to share anything?
I was just actually I was talking away, and I was still muted.
Oh
So
no, get to start over, huh?
Right, right. I just thought that this would be a good example of watching a project, from its infancy.
Yes.
Um, and I think that it will definitely grow in time,
Yeah.
but we get to watch how it evolves.
Right. Yeah, definitely. This is, we've had a couple of these lately, haven't we? Where
Yep.
we're finding these projects that are relatively early. Some are early based on time, meaning they don't even plan to launch for like months, and then some are early based on marketing. And so, it doesn't look like they've done any marketing yet or anything like that. And so that's what I was saying a minute ago about, this is a good opportunity to, it's got 159 members, a good opportunity to watch and see what happens with the growth of this Telegram group, and just see how they're doing it and see how effective it is and things like that.
Definitely. Thank you, Ryan.
For sure, I do have a question. And
Yep.
one of the things I was confused about, have you been able to figure out what they're actually doing? I mean, aside from the keywords that they're using, do we know what problem they're solving, or you know what their project offering is?
I don't know how to answer that.
Sure. Do you feel the same way I feel? Like, I'm not really sure what they're doing yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like one of the things for me was like, okay, I need to hear like an AMA where someone, because like right now we're really limited on what they're telling us, and so maybe an AMA would fill in the gaps, but we basically we read over the website, we read over the white paper, and I know that my comprehension is slow, and so it takes me a little bit of time to figure out what's going on with the project. Um, but I read over this, and I wasn't really sure what was going on. So hopefully, as they start doing their marketing push, we'll hear some AMAs. We'll start dropping some stuff, and we'll get an idea of what this project is about, and what their vision is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will be doing a daily follow up and update the scouting project as I get more information. I just found this just like probably half hour before we chatted, so
Yeah. Oh no,
I did.
it's all good. Like I said, I think that every project we look at is a fantastic opportunity to learn something. There's food and substance with every project we look at, and I think what I'm really curious about is the growth. What the growth is going to look like. Leading into the first. Leading into their fair launch. Um, let's see if let me look at one more thing. So it is on Pink Cell, or it is on Pancake Swap somehow. I don't understand that. Um, but let's see if it's on. Let's see if the project has been listed on Pink Cell yet. No, it's not there just yet. But yeah, so that the biggest confusing thing is them saying to buy on their website, a couple different places. That part confuses me a little bit, because I don't understand how or what's going on there. So that is the one biggest question mark for me, is just the unknown of, like, I don't know how this is happening. And then the second thing is, now I get to learn what they're up to, what they're creating, and where they're headed. But yeah, thank you for bringing this project up, and being open to sharing your thoughts about it. Great opportunity to, again, like I said, to see what the growth is going to look like over the next couple days, as they head into the first for their fair launch on Pink Cell. It'll be interesting to see what type of AMAs they do. It'll be interesting to see what their marketing plans are, because like right now we are in phase one, which now they're going to be doing a big marketing push on Twitter and Telegram. So being able to see this number go from 18 to whatever it goes to, and to see 158 for it to whatever that goes to, it'll be nice to watch that. Um, but yeah, they're going to be doing Twitter and Telegram crypto ads, and then they want to build their Telegram to 5,000. That's a big push. if you were here around with Vetter, if you're here around with Skylabs, that's some of the things that we did, and it was a wild ride. So watch their Telegram and watch their Twitter and see how this stuff changes. See if this is in alignment with like real people joining who are interested versus just being botted and things like that. Be curious to see. So with that, hey, good call today. We talked a little bit about the idea and concept of consistency wins, and not to be discouraged with base hits. Base hits are the foundation. Base hits put the points on the board. Base hits. When I say base hits, I mean nothing to lose sleep over with the project launch. 10%, 20%, 30%, 50% gains. They seem so insignificant in the crypto space, but as a scout, recognize and realize that that's a base hit. That's a foundation that can support you in keeping your rank and progressing in rank. So don't be discouraged by that. And every once in a while, you're gonna have a home run, a project that does a 10x. I mean, Luis had a project that had a slow start in the 24-hour and 7-day, and I think ended up doing like close to a 10x either in the 7-day or 30-day. And so some projects take a little bit of time to ramp up. But what happens when the bases are loaded and you hit a home run? That's a grand slam, my friends. And when you hit a grand slam as a scout, you're looking at some significant rewards and bonuses for the hot streak. So it all works together. The next topic we talked about was this concept and idea of just keep showing up and consistently doing the work. It's worth it, and don't be discouraged about what the results are today. Don't be discouraged about if you posted a project and it didn't do good today. It's okay. You have your process in place. You have your plan in place. Keep showing up, keep being consistent, because consistency over time, you'll end up where you want to get to. And we also transition that into something that's really personal for our community, to just recognize and realize that we're on a bus, and the project team, project leads, they're driving the bus, and we're passengers on the bus. And you can get off at any time. Okay, but the last updates, they said exactly where we're going. They said exactly what we're doing, and we're passengers on the bus, and we can contribute to the ecosystem. We can contribute in these sessions. We can contribute on the pre-show, on the after party. We can contribute by scouting project. We can contribute by doing all these different things. Sure, of course, absolutely. And we also can get off the bus. And some people choose to heckle from the back of the bus. And hey, you can do that too. But there are some rules to be on the bus. If you chose to be on the bus, there's some rules. You get to follow the rules to be on the bus. So ultimately, great session today, guys. We wrapped it up by looking at inverse meta. Hope you got something out of today's session. When I do ask that when the session is done, I do ask that you hit the refresh button. Go ahead and drop a comment letting everybody know what your biggest takeaway was. That actually helps more people find this video, which absolutely helps the ecosystem. So with that, I'm going to hang out a little bit in Discord. So feel free to hop over on Discord when this wraps up and join in on the after party. So with that, I'll end like I always do, like my mentor always said, life can be short. So for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. Hey, I appreciate you guys, love you guys, care about you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing. And I will see you in the after party. And if you don't join us there, I'll see you in Discord. Until next time, bye for now.